Hi guys, Kamell here, and I am back at the DLE YouTube channel. And today we have a very special video for you. We are going over Thunder Dragons. This is another episode of our meta-analysis series. And we've got some new cards in the game. The meta has changed, so we're analyzing another deck. And today, my special guest is the Duel Links Meta Thunder Dragon expert and author of the Thunder Dragon Guide, Gadget Bug. How are you doing, man?
Hey man, how's it going? Hi everyone. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. It's really great to have you here. I love having new people who haven't been on the show or experienced much with the channel. I love having them on here and what they have to say. So I am a Thunder Dragon noob. What is making Thunder Dragons so powerful right now?
Mostly like recently we didn't have many good options. Like last month we got the Thunder Dragon Duel, and now we got Livenir. That powers up a lot the deck. And with like recent nerfs, Seal Tombs was really popular and hurts the deck a lot. So now we can kind of find a place better in the meta.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know, Thunder Dragons have been around, but as they've gotten more support, they've kind of like inched their way, you know, into the tournament scene. In fact, so Thunder Dragons,
like
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
They're always like really like in the edge of the tier list, and now just push back up to the list.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go over really quickly some of the core cards in Thunder Dragons and how they work together. So we play three Thunder Dragons and then the boss monster Thunder Dragon Roar. So how do the three Thunder Dragons interact with each other in the game?
Basically, they have two effects: when they're banished and when you discard them. So Thunder Dragon Dark, you can discard it to add another copy of itself. And when it's banished, you can add any Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. So you can search your Thunder Dragon Hawk or your Thunder Dragon Roar or your Thunder Dragon Duel. There's other cards you can search. They are less popular, but sometimes you might see it. Thunder Dragon Roar, it can discard itself to add another Thunder Dragon monster that it's not actually Thunder Dragon card that's in your graveyard or it's banished. You target another Hawk, you can special summon any Thunder Dragon from the graveyard or it's banished. And for last Thunder Dragon Duel, you can special summon by banishing a Dark and a Light monster from your graveyard.
Right, and that's any Dark and Light. No matter what other light or dark text you're playing, you can still banish those.
Banish anything, and besides like those main cards, you have like support cards like Gold Sarcophagus, which gives you access of any Thunder Dragon in your deck. You can banish, and you trigger their effect, and you're gonna basically plus with using their effects.
Yeah, Gold Sarcophagus is huge.
Yeah, it's really important. It's basically you can basically search anything. You can trigger Thunder Dragon Hawk to shuffle your cards in your hand in case you don't have a good hand. That's not the greatest effect, but the other ones are pretty good. Like Thunder Dragon Roar, you can banish from your deck and give you a monster on the field. So you can synchro, you can tribute summon. So it really gets your deck going.
So this right here, what we're looking at is a 20 card build. So I thought we'd talk about some of the text as we look at these different deck lists. So in this 20 card deck, we are playing Baggy Sleeves with Forbidden Lance and Plague Spreader and Glow Up Bulb. Now, one question about this list I have 20 cards, and you're using baggy sleeves as well. Like, are you not afraid of decking out with that?
Can really happen. That can really happen. But that
Well,
kind
I
of
guess you aren't playing Lightsworns, right? So there's no like massive discarding.
yeah, that one doesn't have it. So
I
you
see.
basically you kind of wanna finish the game really quick.
Hmm.
You're playing Alufopine, which adds extra consistency for your first turn in case you don't open Gold Sarcophagus. And you have cards like Plague Spread, which gives you explosive plays with the
Hmm.
synchros. You got like Rose, you got the Samurai Destroyer, Zeta, can give you outs to weird monsters like monsters that have you can be destroyed by battle, or monsters that will trigger effect when you destroy.
Hmm.
And you have Global Boom, which gives you access to Bryonic, which is just an amazing synchro. And Bag Sleeve helps to give you resources to discard with Bryonic. So that's mostly the idea behind it.
I see. I see.
You actually you said about Lance. Lance is really good for the deck because you can protect your monsters from flips down for like Fiendish Chain. So let's say you're facing a deck that has floodgates.
Right.
They're gonna try to floodgate your tuners, so you protect your lands from your hand. It gives you really it helps really play through Brackle, you know.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So where would you say the 20 card list is? Like out of all of the lists that are being played and tested right now on the power scale.
Uh, for ladder, it's really consistent, which
Hmm.
is normally my goal when I play for like to reach COG.
Right.
I really try to make the most consistent as possible because you're just playing fast games, so you're just gonna open good, kill them fast, and keep going.
Fair enough. All right. So that is a 20 card list. Now next we have a 30 card list that is using the new card from the selection box, Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Now, I believe this was the second place list for Battle Phase Fridays, correct? It just happened?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Battle Phase Friday, check it out. So, this list looking distinctly different from the other one. 30 cards. You can also see the Lightsworn engine is sprinkled in there as well with some more hand traps and a Dragon Matrix. So, this is a tournament build. So, tell us why 30 cards with Levianeer is working here.
So when people like when you're gonna play a tournament, you kind of need more resources because the games tend to longer,
Mm.
and you need more space to side cards, right? So when you play like a 20 card build, you don't have much space. So when you increase, you kind of have more space to side it out, to side cards.
Right.
And also, the Light Swarm engine kind of drains a lot of resources. Like when you mill Thunder Dragons, you can use their effects, but you kind of want to use the effects from the hand first.
Yeah, because you're losing their effect. You don't get their
Yeah,
effect for
exactly.
being discarded by Charge of the Light Brigade or a Lightsworn Mill.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically you just want the first mill, so you can get your deck going. But if you mill too much, you kind of you are wasting a lot of resources.
Hmm. Right. And definitely. So, Chaos Dragon Levianeer. It is a new shining card from the selection mini box. How much do you think this improves Thunder Dragons as a whole?
Uh, it gives a lot of power.
Hmm.
Basically, you can. It's basically a free summon because you're gonna bench from your graveyard. So normally cards that you already used, and in a few of those cards that you're gonna banish, you're gonna trigger your effect. Like Thunder Dragon Dark, we're gonna add a card. Thunder Dragon Roar with special summon monster. So not you not only gain a 3,000 attack monster, which
Hmm.
is insane, and you will actually pop two cards opponent controls, and they don't know what the cards you're gonna choose because it doesn't target.
Right.
So you basically they have to respond like if they have like Magician Navigation, they have to activate right away. Otherwise, you're gonna destroy it, and they're not gonna be able to chain it.
Yeah, it's a very explosive effect. And just some of the things that change from that deck to the last is this deck is playing a lot more hand traps for survivability, right? 3 Karibo and the Ancient Varja. And Thunder Dragon Duo has gone down to 1. Is Levineer like that impactful that your Thunder Dragon boss monster becomes less prevalent?
Yeah, the Dragon Duel it's kind of good when you're playing the Light Swarm engine
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of gives you a starter. Basically, you can banish the Thunder Dragons, and you kind of you play some light monsters too. So it kind of gives you a good start. But Livinia uses the same resources, so you kind of don't want to play too much of both together. And
Right.
since dual is searchable, you don't really need to play both.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess while we have so many of the texts up, we can talk about a couple of them. Dragon Matrix. What's up with that? Is it worth playing in your 30 card list?
I think it's really important. Like when you play a third card list, you can kind of fit it in
Mm-hmm.
since it's searchable with Thunder Dragon Dark's effect.
Right.
It's really good. Like for the mirror, for example, uh, Thunder Dragon Matrix it boosts your Thunder Dragon monster by 500 attack, and that's permanent.
Permanently. Okay.
So yeah, the boost doesn't go away. It's not like Alistair, which it's to the end of the turn. Matrix permanent, and you can basically recycle it out with Roar. You can add it back for the graveyard, and you can recycle with Do too.
Okay. That is pretty sick. And some of these back row just basics, we talked about them already. So yeah, this is your 30 card Thunder Dragon list with Levia. So next we have another deck list. This one is 25 cards, not playing Levineer. So tell me about this list.
This list was like kind of prior to Livenier's release.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of how the deck was played before. And 25 is really good for Lightsworn engine. It's really consistent. You don't want to mill like random decks. You kind of want to mill your Thunder Dragons at least the first time. You want to mill some tuners that have effects in the graveyard like Plague Spreader. There's other options too.
Right.
Bacon Saver is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think up until now, this is the version that I've been playing, but just with Levineer added onto this deck list. This is what I've seen around the most.
Yeah, you basically take out a duel and like one or two Livineers, and basically works the same,
Mm,
but with more power.
I see, I see. Yeah, this is definitely the closest to what I have been playing. And this is what Thunder Dragons basically were playing in tournaments and topping consistently with prior to the release of Levianeer. So I would really love to see some Thunder Dragon results after, yeah, after Levianeer releases. All right. So anything else to say about this list? I think it looks pretty standard compared to the others.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Hmm. Okay, so our last deck list that we're going to go over is a post-Thomas Army deck list, and this has 5 Shiranui cards in it. So what is up with Shiranui and Thunder Dragons?
Yeah. I've been playing like this mixed variant
Hmm.
for quite a long, and since the last nerfs, I kind of didn't know how to play it. So since they released the Lightsworn engine, I just sneaked it in and kind of tied up the deck better. It's basically really consistent in killing your opponent,
I see.
basically.
Yeah, I
If you
like.
don't,
Oh no, just something off the top of my head, like the use of gold sarcophagus to banish a card like Spirit Master is something that catches a lot of people off guard, and it can get you going in Thunder Dragons where you need to like make more moves than one. So
Spirit
that's
Master, it's kind of a cool tech.
yeah.
I've seen people teching in even without their Shiranui cards. Because normally your second go sarcophagus is not gonna have much use since the first turn, and having a Spirit Master in your deck kind of gives a free pop, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Uh, the list is basically your goal is basically giving a good start with charge, the to mill 3 cards,
Right.
and the posthumous army skill it turns everything on the field into zombies. So basically, if in the previous turn you had a spectral sword in your graveyard, in this turn you can banish a Thunder Dragon Dart because now he's a zombie, and you can summon a Squire Saga, for example,
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
and that's gonna give you a search and a monster on the field.
Mm.
Also, all the other combos, like you can, if you have a duel in your graveyard and the Spectral Sword, and you turn into zombie, you can make the level 10, the Sun Saga.
Yeah, pretty easily. Wow. This is true.
It's basically you can make it a good turn one, like you normally do with just a synchro, and you have your graveyard with like effects for follow-ups. And it's basically you can put out a bunch of big monsters with like you can summon Shogun Saga of like 5,000 attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty explosive.
All right.
Pretty fun.
So out of the list that you showed me, right, I want you to just quickly run me through which one you think would be best for tournament play and which one you think would be optimal for ladder play, since we have people looking to do both with Thunder Dragons.
So the first list you showed, the 20 card build, it works
Yes.
for ladder,
Mm-hmm.
and it's mostly if you don't have much of the Light
Right.
Sworn engine. So you can play more like this. If you don't have the tuners, you can play different tuners. It doesn't make much of a change. They just are better because you can use them twice. It's more for ladder.
Right. And for tournaments?
The I mean, the one that topped is pretty
Yeah,
good.
definitely, right? So yeah,
You
this is
can
a recent tournament proven deck at the time of this video. This topped Battlefield Friday, which happened yesterday. And you can see, man, this is accounting for everything that you're going to find in a tournament without ruining the consistency of your deck. Levineer, a super powerful option that you need to have. Treacherous and Clash are two very explosive one-of cards that can turn the tide of the duel if you draw them. And yeah, this player is keeping their Lightsworn count in check too, so that they don't overmill themselves. And yeah, I really like this deck list. I think I'm definitely going to net deck it and try it
something.
out.
Yeah, something to mention. He's playing Lila
Yeah,
instead of
instead of a
Raiden.
second rating. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, charge when you mill first. So if you mill like Plague Spreader,
Hmm.
you can search Lila instead, and then you can use Plague in the graveyard to summon Bryony
Oh my gosh, that's
with Lila.
huge. That is
That's
huge.
pretty good because
Yeah.
Lila pops a Backrow, so or you will draw out a trap, right?
Hmm.
They don't wanna lose a trap, so it can kind of gives you help against Backrow.
All right. Okay, so the last thing we can go over are how are Thunder Dragons matchups, right? And let's talk about some other decks that are at the top of the tier list as well. So let's talk Shiranui, Element Saber, Blue Eyes, and yeah, I think those are good. And Kristrons. So how are Thunder Dragons matchups against those? We can start with Shiranui. Just really
So
quickly on each one.
Shiranui normally plays a lot of back row,
Mm-hmm.
at least more recently. So you kind of have to grind through them, and they have like you need to be careful about like Shogun Saga. You can basically summon a 5,500 attack and swing for lethal if you don't have like a Spear Karibo.
Right.
So you need to watch out for that. And it's kind of straightforward, the match.
All right. And we do Blue Eyes next.
So Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is playing a lot of counter traps.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically have some draw power with cards of consonants, and which fools the counter traps. And they also have Spirit Dragon, the new card.
Yeah, negates the grave effects.
If they summon that first, it's gonna give you a hard time because it's gonna negate your search if they activate in the graveyard,
Mm-hmm.
which they normally do, besides when you banish them. So if they go first and have that set up, it's gonna be hard. But if you can go first and set up, it's gonna be in your favor.
All right. So Element Sabers.
And man, that's an awful matchup. It's the worst.
It's the worst
Because
matchup.
yeah, it's the worst. Basically, when you play versus a back row deck, you can grind for the back row,
Mm-hmm.
but Saber has a monster that's basically a back row too, so it's really hard to play around them. So you basically have to try to survive. And since most of our strategy of defense is basically floating, they can basically summon Purgatrio and just swing over all your monsters.
Oh yeah.
So floating doesn't matter. You need like the Sphere Karibo to save it from it. It's really awful, man.
Yeah, you really need to see your outs
You
for Element Sabers.
Yeah, you basically side for them. Like if you see the top list, they're playing two Lancia,
Yeah.
which basically stops the invocation.
Yeah, that's what that's for. So Element Saber, it's going to be a rough matchup. And last one is Christrons.
Christian is basically a matchup of resources. You basically need to out resource them. It's really tricky. Like if they have Quarium can basically clear your field. So you need to keep a roar on the field. So you have like a protection. You have a floating.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't attack for you for 3,000 damage.
Okay. Well, Gadget Bug, do you have any closing statements on Thunder Dragons? Just things to say about the archetype and the deck as a whole, where they are now?
I think the deck has a lot of flexibility. So if the meta changes, you can adapt kind of well. Just basically changing. And also if we get better synchros, that
Mm-hmm.
gets a lot of boost too.
Yeah, this list does.
Uh,
Thunder Dragons utilize synchros a lot. They utilize the toolbox a
yeah.
lot.
Since we have easily ways to special summon monsters without using the normal summon,
Mm-hmm.
synchro monsters becomes really easy to access, and they basically helps in a lot of situations.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you, Gadget Bug, for coming on the show. Your first time on the show. It was a pleasure to have you. And I will definitely link the Thunder Dragon guide in the description. That is basically how I learned how to play Thunder Dragons, and it is very helpful how it breaks everything down. So,
Oh, thank you,
yeah, of
thank you,
course, for that.
for having me. You
Yeah.
guys should definitely check the guide out. There's a lot of good things in there. Some text, some puzzles too. Can help you learn the combos.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
All right, and if you guys want to find Gadget Bug, he is the DLM Thunder Dragon expert, so you can find him in there or in the DLE Discord. So that's going to be it for us today. We hope you enjoyed our Thunder Dragon breakdown. If you need to find us, you can find our Twitch, Discord, and Twitter links in the description. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed the video today. That's going to be it from me, guys. Peace out.